Hello, hello, hello. Is it me you're looking for? Oh my God, my stomach is hurting. I ate too much at dinner tonight. Today has been a very good day. And I have lots of beverages. I have Gatorade that I just got. And then I got a bottle of water. And yeah, so should we talk? Let's talk. I got up today and ran a bunch of errands. So we had marriage counseling today, and our counselor texted us and asked us if we could do it earlier, if we could do it at 6 instead of 7. So we were like, yeah, sure. But that shortened my day, and so I had to get a bunch of stuff done. And so I ran all these errands and got coffee, and then I had to do a bunch of bills and money stuff. So I dealt with that and went to the bank and everything. And then I came home and I took a shower and got dressed and ready. And then I talked to Melissa and asked her if she and Jason wanted to meet us out for dinner after our marriage counseling session, because usually Alex and I go out to dinner for a nice dinner somewhere after a marriage counseling session. So she's like, oh yeah, that'd be fun. So we said we were gonna meet at Cheesecake Factory at 8:15. So Alex and I, so then I took a shower, and then I filmed my videos, and I was having such a hard time getting them all up. It was just such hell today. I don't know why. And I had so much fun. I filmed this psychic story time, and I did this story time video, and I had a really good time filming it. I love doing those funny story times. I enjoy them so much. And I know they're silly and all that kind of stuff, but they're fun. I like telling them, I might do another one tomorrow. I haven't decided yet. And it's interesting because I can tell of the people that like me or like my videos, who the true ones are, because they're the ones that watch those videos, and they don't always get a lot of views on them, and I'm okay with that. I'd rather have some people watch them and enjoy them. And it's interesting when I do those kind of funny story times, the post office story time, or the pink tutu story time, or this one. I love the comments that I specifically get on those videos, because they're like, oh my God, I watched this 3 times, this was so funny, or thank you so much for cheering up my day, this made me laugh so much. I love that. I enjoy it so much, and so anyway, so I did those videos, but it was so long that I had to put it up on iMovie and then render it, and then it just was taking forever. So anyway, so then I had to do that, and then I left, and I was waiting. I was late to our appointment by 5 minutes. I was waiting for it to be done on iMovie so I could start uploading it, so while I was gone I could upload it. Well, I uploaded it, and when I was on my way home, I was from the appointment, I was listening to it and watching it over here, and it just stopped. And so I reached down and I looked at it. I was like, why did it just stop in the middle of the video? Well, I had uploaded it before it had finished rendering. Psh. So it was at 16 minutes when the video was at 20 minutes. So I got home and I had to re-upload the video. I was like, I am such an idiot. If I had waited probably 30 more seconds, it would have been fine. But anyway, because I'm so tired of getting my videos up so late in the day, and tomorrow I have meetings with people all day long, so I won't even be able to film my videos till 6. So I don't know, this vlog will probably get up late tomorrow. You guys are probably watching this late, because I won't be able to put it up until I get home. And I have a meeting from 12:30 to 2, and then I have a meeting from 2 to 5. 2:30, yeah, it's gonna be a long day tomorrow. So, and those are for projects in February. Those are for my 2 main projects in February. But anyway, bow, chicka, bow, wow, what was I gonna say? But I finally got them up. But I think my goal in February is to start getting my videos done earlier. And instead of going and running all my errands and doing a bunch of stuff, just getting up right away, taking a shower, filming my videos, and then uploading them so that they're up by 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The problem is that a lot of times, I'm not the YouTuber that knows like a week in advance what I'm gonna make my videos about. It's so funny because I have some friends of mine that are booktubers. Like I know like Connor O'Brien just did this because he tweeted out about it, and Dylan from Dylan the Reader 5 does this. They like film like 10 videos in a day and then schedule them, and I'm like, that is some like serious preparation, okay? Although I think when I go to Florida, I think like 2 weeks before I go to Florida, I'm gonna start doing that with my maybe my Peterisms channel and my what do you call it channel, my booktube channel, so that while I'm gone I have videos going up every day, and I'm just gonna like, I'm gonna try to do some really interesting like book tag videos or book I'll have to talk about that on my book channel and my Peterisms channel to hear what people want to hear talk about, and so then I can film those like at the beginning of March, and then when I go on vacation, because we're gonna be gone for so long, we're taking like we're going for like almost 2 weeks to Miami this time. That way they're just like previously filmed and I can schedule them and put them up. Does that make sense? So yeah. Because then I can still just do my main channel video every day and my vlog. Of course I'm gonna vlog while I'm in Florida. It was so funny last year. It wasn't so much in Miami. Well, kind of it was, but it was more when I was in, I was gonna say Canada. Oh, Canada. It was more when I was in Cancun or Mexico that people were like, I can't wait till you get home, I missed you. And I'm like, but my vlog is going up the same every day. So what do you miss? It didn't make any sense to me. It was funny. Oh. It was so weird. Alex and I, we were at dinner tonight, and he looked at me and he said, today's your Aunt Kathy's birthday. And I said, is it? And it's interesting, you know, like how, and it was, I just had read that in my mom's journal yesterday when I did my Peterisms video, that it was my aunt's birthday, January 30th, and it just kind of like went right over me, you know. And I was thinking about that today, that it's like after I like, we went home. Oh, so anyway, we went home, and we got home like right at 10 o'clock. I was so tired. Oh, this was so funny. We had such a good dinner. So we ate from like 8:15 to like 9:45. We had so much fun with them. I love Jason and Melissa so much. It's so nice to have like a couple that we're like best friends with, you know what I mean, that we do a lot of stuff with. We were talking about a trip. We want to take a trip this year with them. They always do like Halloween at Disney World. So we're thinking about doing Halloween at Disney World with them, but anyway, it was so funny because we had such a great waitress. So if you ever go to Cheesecake Factory, she works at Cheesecake Factory and Seasons 52 in Indianapolis. Her name is Sherry. She was awesome. And she's so cool. And she's so funny because when I got a grilled cheese with fries, but like whenever I get fries, like Alex always eats half of my fries. And so I said, can I get a side of fries? And she goes, do you want a side of fries with your fries? I said, yeah, but you can just put them all together, right? So Alex and I each got fries, because he got a cheeseburger, but he got it without like a bun on it. He got like lettuce around it, and I got a grilled cheese. I know it's not healthy. And then we each got fries that came with it in the little thing that it goes up in. And then they brought us each a plate of side of fries that were like a bowl. It was huge. So we had all of these fries, and so it was like this going, it was so dumb. We're so dumb. It was like this going joke at dinner. Like, when the waitress was like standing over, I go, hey Sherry, I go, I don't think we got all of our fries. And then like Melissa would say, she'd say, I kind of like am hungry. Should I get a side of fries? It was so stupid to do stuff like that with your friends. It was so corny, but we had such a great time. And so anyway, like we were going home, and that was kind of when I was thinking about my aunt, and I'll talk about that in a second. But I got home and I was going to get right on into a live stream from 10 to 12, and I was so exhausted. And my husband appropriately told me that that was because of all the starches I had just eaten. Oh, God. So anyway, so Alex was going to bed. So we both went to bed, and with all the dogs, and they were being so sweet. And we were just laying there in bed talking. And then I said to him, I said, now, if I fall asleep and I don't wake up, I was worried. I was like, this will be the first time in a year and a month that I have not done my vlog. But I was so tired. And I said to him, I said, if I sleep straight through the night, I said, make sure that you wake me up in the morning and say goodbye. So like I get up, and then I was like, so I went and I set so I have my phone alarm that I set, and then I have another alarm clock over by the bathroom that I set every day, because then it forces me to get up. I still snooze it. It's like one of those kind that you hit on top. I hate it. I hate it so much. And I set them 5 minutes apart. So as soon as that one goes off, exactly 5 minutes later, this one goes off. It drives me crazy. And so literally I'm like stumbling through. I'm like, 5 more minutes, 5 more. I say it out loud and the dogs just look at me and then they go right back to where they were sleeping. I think I said that last night. It's so funny. But, and so anyway, I set the alarm for tomorrow morning. I have to get up at 11 or 11. I'll probably snooze it till 11:30. But I was like, I'm gonna get up at 11 tomorrow and I'm gonna take a shower. I'll get up probably at 12:10, throw on a hat and going for my meetings, because that's what I'm good for. As long as I get my coffee. But now I've been going a lot to the Monn coffee shop in Broad Ripple. It's this little local coffee shop that I love. I've been going in there and getting coffee a lot. They have this choo-choo blend that's like, it's called the choo-choo blend, and it's like fair trade, organic coffee. It's really good. Oh my God, it's so good. I love it. And so I've been going in there a lot and getting coffee if I can't drive through Starbucks, which everybody always says I should do local coffee anyway. But I got up at like 12:55 and I was like, I think I'm gonna go on a live stream for just a little bit. So I went on live stream for about 40 minutes, and then I was like, okay, I gotta go vlog. And so I was listening to my audiobook a little bit, and then I was like, okay, vlog, Peter, because you cannot be up all night long. So it is right now 2:58. And the problem is I fell asleep. I kind of thought I might just sleep through the night. And now I'm a little wired, to be honest with you. So anyway, I started listening. Well, last night I finished Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. Oh my God, this book, you guys. Okay, so if you like series, number 1, number 2, mysteries, and number 3, young adult, this is the perfect book for you. It is so well done and so fun to read too. But I finished that last night, and then I started, because so many people had told me to read this, and I can't remember, I think it was Ricky that sent it to me, but somebody sent me Lily and the Octopus. Y'all need to stop telling me to read these sad-ass books about dogs being sick, okay? Especially with my dog Pee-Pee being sick. I mean, these books are so fantastic, but they're so sad. So, Lily and the Octopus is about, if you've never heard of it, it's about this gay guy in LA, and he's gone through a breakup recently, and it's just him and his dog, Lily. And I don't want to, like, ruin it for you, but she gets sick. And it's about their relationship, and it so much reminds me of Art of Racing in the Rain. Oh my God, that book that book was wrong. I mean, it was so good, but it just like, it was so funny because I was trying to talk about it tonight at dinner. And you know, like, Alex reads sometimes, but not often. And Melissa and Jason don't read at all. This is why I have to have BookTube, so I have people to talk to about books, right? And so I'm trying to explain to them, and I'm like, I looked at Melissa and I go, well, can I tell you the end of The Art of Racing in the Rain? And she goes, well, I mean, I'm never going to read it, right? So she goes, and I go, okay. So I was telling them the end of it. But it's just interesting to me that, like, people that don't, I don't know how you don't read. I love it. I love to read so much. My goal for this month was 10 books, like every month, but I'm trying to read a minimum of 8 so that I'll hit my goal of, my goal of 100 books by the end of the year. But like right now, I'm only going to finish like 6 books for this month, which means next month I'm going to have to read 12 instead of 10, which is okay. I'm fine with that. Typically, like the last 3 or 4 months of 2017, I was reading like 12 books a month anyway. So I've listened to a lot of really long audiobooks this month, which has like kind of distracted me. And I haven't had as much time to physically read books during the day. Whereas at the end of the year last year, I didn't have a lot of projects going on and stuff. And so it was real easy for me I would just sit around the house for like 3 hours a day and just read. And I get a lot done reading wise, because I just love it. I just love sitting there and reading, you know? I had this moment last night. So you know I've been doing these gratitude lists, right? I started crying talking about this in my marriage counseling session tonight, which was fantastic. I love our counselor so much. And I had this moment last night where I had done my gratitude list, and then I had some leftover noodles and company, because like Alex ate all of it, but he had like put it in the fridge, and there was like some left, and I didn't know that. So when I came home last night, there was some of this noodles and company left. So before I went to bed and I was uploading my vlog, I sat there and I ate it, and I was watching an episode of The Most Popular Girls in High School on YouTube. Do you guys watch that? I love that with the Barbie dolls. And I like got done eating, and I just sat there for a minute in the dark, and I could hear the fan upstairs, and like I could hear Tucker like jump down from the bed and like get a toy and get back up in the bed. And I was like, I just had this moment of absolute pure clarity where I was like, I have the most fantastic life. You know, I have a home, I have my dogs, I have my husband, I have a great marriage, I have good family, you know, I eat well every day, I have fun every day, I laugh, I've got, you know, a best friend that I can't imagine my life without, you know, I have great music, great movies, great books. I was like, we're taking a trip here soon, we always plan our next trip while we're taking a trip. You know, and I thought to myself, you have the most amazingly fantastic life. And I just had this moment of just such pure clarity about it, you know? That I just was like, I feel so blessed. And I just sat there and I started crying. And then I was talking about it in my counseling session tonight. I was telling Alex about this, and I started crying, you know, talking about it. But like, I really, really do. And I always know that, and I say it, you know, but like, I don't know that I really know it in my heart sometimes. And the gratitude list has really helped. I hope for those of you that have heard me talk about it, that have kind of like gone through the month and listened to me share about it, start it in February if you haven't already started it. Just trust me, do it every day. If you can't come up with a lot of things, just write 3 things down every day that happened that day that you're grateful for. It can be like today, like one of mine will probably be, because I haven't done mine yet, but like having a good marriage counseling session, you know, laying in bed talking to Alex, having a good, you know, couples dinner with Jason and Melissa, you know what I mean? The PP taking his medicine easily, paying off bills, having money to pay off the bills, you know, having a great dinner, having good food, you know, being able to afford a dinner, things like that, you know, finishing a great book, starting another one. I mean, it's just sometimes those superficial things that are little, you know, and then I always have on there, you know, clean water, a car, a home, you know, warm clothes. I always put that stuff on there because those things are the most important, and I have to remember that. But I think that my perspective has changed a lot in the last month doing it. It's made me a lot more aware, you know, of like how truly, truly blessed I am. And I don't know, it's forever, you know, like impacted me with gratitude. And I remember I need to get this book because I want to do it again. I'm gonna get this tomorrow. The Rhonda Byrne Magic book. If anybody else wants to do it with me, you can do it. And if you can't start it on February 1st, then you can catch up. But I'm going to do it starting February 1st. It's called Magic, and it's by Rhonda Byrne. And I did it a couple years ago, and I did the whole month. And I mean, Alex, I'll never forget him, like, when I was doing it. He was like, you are in such a positive mood on a daily basis. It's 30 days of gratitude. And it's fantastic. And every day there are exercises that you do in there. And it just powerfully, powerfully changed me, you know? And I mean, you write like a thank you letter to somebody that's affected your life. And you keep like a picture of like your family members that like are supportive of your dreams. and have always been there for you, like a specific family member. There's all these different exercises that you do in there. A lot of them are kind of things that you would have thought about, but maybe not the way that she puts them in there. And it's such a great book. So if you can get the book Magic by Rhonda Byrne, I'm going to start it February 1st. But, you know, if you start it February 4th, then you know, that's okay. You know, we'll talk about it on here, and I'll tell you what I think about it and all that kind of stuff. And I won't ruin it for anybody, but I'll just kind of share my experience of what I'm going on. And if anybody else wants to do it with me, feel free to do it. And it's such a great book. I love it. And I haven't done it in a couple years. It's been 2 or 3 years. In fact, I don't even know where the book is. I have a copy at home somewhere. I think I may have actually, I said this in the video that I did about self-help books the other day. I think I gave it to a friend because I thought, well, I'll probably never do it again. Because like I did it once, so I thought, well, I'll probably never do it again. And I didn't write in the book because I had like a notebook that I like, all the assignments I did in a notebook. So I think maybe I gave it to somebody. But the other thing is, what is the book? I can't remember what it's called. Not Purpose-Driven Life. That was a good one too, but that's very biblical. So if you're a very religious person, Purpose-Driven Life is a great book. But if you're not religious, I mean, like I had to even read it from a point of view as a very spiritual person, where I just kind of like, it was very biblical. And but what is the one where you write the morning pages and then you can even rip them up? My friend back in the day, she and I did this together. We did this whole journal, and it was like you would like write morning pages, and I can't remember what that was called. And every morning you would just write vent. And maybe it's just called the morning pages. I don't think it is though. It's so good. What was that? Julie Cameron. I'm gonna look. Oh, damn it. See, I want to look stuff up, and as soon as I do, the light turns on the screen. I'm gonna pull in here. Julia Cameron. The Artist's Way. That's what I think it was called. The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. And you in there, you write. So it teaches you how to be creative, how to deal cathartically with issues through like writing, art, things like that. It's fantastic. It's called The Artist's Way. And it's like, it has a workbook that you do with it. And I think I got the workbook, and that's where the morning pages came from. But these are basically all workshops that you do, that you buy the book, and they have them out there, and they're life-changing, some of them, you know? Like, people ask me a lot, do you read self-help books? I mean, of course I do. Like, I want to grow as a person. Right now, Alex is reading The Art of Tidying Up. I think it's what it's called. He's obsessed with it. He really, really likes it. So I'm going to surprise him, and I'm going to get it on Audible and listen to it, because he's like, oh my God, I really love this book. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to get it and listen to it. Yeah, so we'll see. Oh, so anyway, Alex said to me tonight when we were at dinner, he goes, did you know that today was your Aunt Kathy's birthday? And I said, no, I didn't know that. And he looked kind of sad. And it's, you know, it's interesting because Alex never knew my mom. And that's been a really, really hard thing for me. I mean, I don't get sad about it, but like, I can't believe it is the end of January and people still have their Christmas lights up. I'm like, seriously, folks? Like, come on now. I remember one year we had red Christmas tree lights on our Christmas tree. I mean, look, there's Christmas tree lights. I mean, they still have their Christmas tree up inside. You can see it. I remember one Valentine's Day. I have to tell you, I have this really weird thing, and I don't know where I got this from. I don't know if I saw it in some Lifetime movie or something. But whenever people, like, keep their Christmas trees or their Christmas lights up for a really long time, like, you know, like into February or whatever, I always like think, like, I wonder if somebody was kidnapped or went missing there. I mean, I am not lying to you guys. Look, okay? Do you see this? Look. January 30th. Take your Christmas tree lights down. Seriously? I mean, here, look. There's more of them. January 30th, take your Christmas tree lights down. But anyway, I always think like, did somebody go missing, or was there a kidnapping or something? Because they're like leaving them up for like, in case the person comes home, you know, like, I don't know where I got that idea from. Isn't that so weird and kind of spooky that I would even think of it that way? But it must have been in some Lifetime movie where they left the Christmas tree up forever because they wouldn't take it down in case the person came home or something. I don't know. But this one year, my mom and I, we had kept red lights on our Christmas tree, and it was like the end of January, and we were just lazy. We didn't want to take them off. I was probably like 12 or 13 at the time. And she goes, I'm just going to leave them up and call it a Valentine's Day tree. All the ornaments were off of it. It was just the lights. And she goes, I'm just going to leave it up and call it a Valentine's. I mean, but every day she would plug it in. Like it was still like, you know, the 23rd of December. I kind of miss Christmas. I don't know why I'm going through this right now. Today I was missing Halloween earlier, and now I'm missing Christmas, and I'm like, I am not ready to go back to October, okay? Like, I'm ready to enjoy spring and summer. Seriously, I'm ready to enjoy spring and summer. It's gonna be a great summer and spring this year. I just know it is. I'm so excited. Believe that tomorrow is the last day of January. It seems crazy to me. It's been a long, you know, like, there's something about doing this vlog that makes time slow down, because I always know that I'm doing it at the end of the day. And I always know that I'm going to get in my car and do it. So it's like, it kind of slows down time. It's strange. I don't know if that makes any sense, but... Anyway, so Alex was talking about my aunt tonight, and then I got in the car, you know, and I was really missing her. And I was like, it's so weird to me. Like, I feel like part of my life is over. And my dad's sister, he was telling me, like, one of my favorite aunts. So my dad's the youngest of 5, and his brother passed away. His oldest sibling, his brother, just passed away, and now his oldest sister is very, very sick and in the hospital, and they don't know how she's gonna do. And you know, it's weird to me, like, looking at that, and I think it's just like one person after another, you know. And here's my dad, you know, very, very healthy for, you know, going to be 78 this year. It's like weird to me to think of my dad as 78, but he's very healthy, you know. And 78, you know. My mom's friend Susie so she's like 3 years younger than my dad, so she's 75. She skis with her grandkids in Colorado, you know. And, I don't know, I feel like I have a lot of life in me, you know, but it's sad at the same time. I miss my aunt, I miss my mom. I feel like an entire, you know, part of my life is gone. And it's hard, you know, it's hard that Alex never knew my mom, and so when I tell stories or whatever, it's like he doesn't really have any, like, you know, like, perspective of what that's like, because he never met her. And I really think they would have got along really well. Alex was the kind of man that my mom would have liked, you know. I don't know how to explain that really, but, you know, she liked men that were confident. She liked men that were fun. He would have danced with her in the kitchen. You know, he would have talked to her about how to do her hair. You know, she loved that stuff. She loved being glammed up, you know. She was very much of that. She loved all of that as much as she was bohemian and, you know, thought-provoking, and she would have loved that, you know. And she would have loved to have learned about the Venezuelan culture. That would have been very interesting to her. And she would have loved Alex's mom. They would have got along really, really well. But she's not here, so, you know. Okay, my camera is going to shut off in 8 seconds, so, because we're almost at 30 minutes. So I'll be back in 2 and 2. Okay, I had to warm the car up for a second so I could turn the heat back off. Now it's toasty and warm in here. And I'm going gonna finish my Gatorade, finish my blog, listen to a half an hour of my live stream, and be in bed maybe by 4:15, sleep till 11:30, get me about 7 hours and 15 minutes of sleep. I just had this somebody tweeted me about this psychic thing, and they said, I'm a psychic and I think you're gonna have a great day tomorrow. I love that. I was like, okay, I believe it all day long. Alex, we were talking today, and I said, we started looking at houses, by the way, in Florida. So many people messaged me or commented on my video, my vlog, and were like telling me places to look in Florida. And so we looked at Coral Gables. We were last night. There was actually a lot of places that were really reasonable for us in Coral Gables. Really kind of like exactly what we were looking for. You know, these very like Spanish style stucco homes in Coral Gables. And I said to him, I said, you know, like, and he was like, well, that's kind of inland. And he goes, it's like 45 minutes from South Beach. And I was like, yeah, but do you really care as long as we're just down there? He was like, yeah, I don't care at all. And I don't either. You know, like, I don't need to be, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I would love to be right around the corner from the beach. I mean, that would be ideal. But, I mean, we don't have that kind of money. And because the other thing is that we're not going to be selling our condo in Indianapolis. We're going to keep it because we're going to go back and forth. And, so Alex does a lot of contractual work, and one of the things that he does, a friend of his that he works for, is looking at opening an office in Miami. And so she told Alex yesterday, she said they've been talking a lot about it, and she's looking at probably 2019, 2020, and she said, you know, when I open it, the only person I trust to open the office is you. And so he's like, you know, that's something where, you know, I would work with her here, you know, like for 2 weeks and then go back to Miami for 2 weeks. And I was like, oh my God, that's perfect. We could go back and forth, you know, and, or I could stay here if you wanted to go to Miami. And, you know, it's so weird that I'm starting to see this life that, like, I always dreamed of, like, coming to fruition, you know? Because, honestly, I don't want to be in Miami all through the summer. You know, Indiana summers are beautiful. Miami summers are hot. Would I want to go to Miami for, like, maybe a week now? Sure. But, you know, like, I don't want to go to Miami all through the summer. It's so hot down there, you know? And really just wet. But, like, Indiana summers are beautiful. Midwestern summers, I love them. But, like, with the weather right now, you know, I would probably go down to Miami and be down there for, like, I don't know, till, like, the middle of April and then come back. That would probably be what I would do. You know, like, leave, like, I mean, I like the snow a little bit, so I would probably stay till, like, the second week of January, maybe, and then go down there and stay down there for, you know, 2 or 3 months, or maybe come back for a week or two, or, you know what I mean? Like, I think that would be so much fun. And, the fact that that's maybe going to be a reality for me is crazy. So, but we're really trying to get, what I would really like to do is get our condo, like, we don't owe a whole lot more on it. I would like to get it low enough that maybe we could refinance our mortgage on just, like, either pay it off, get it paid off, and then all we would owe is our homeowners association. I can't believe I owned my condo outright at one point. But anyway, I mean, it was so weird not even having a mortgage or rent or anything. If you guys are out there and you have no mortgage or rent, you know, I mean, it's awesome. And, like, I'm close to getting my car paid off, and Alex was like, well, what, he said to me the other night, he goes, what are you going to get? And I said, I'm not. And he goes, what are you going to do? And I said, I'm going to take my car payment every month, and I'm going to put it in savings like Dave Ramsey said, and then I'm going to save it for 2 or 3 years, as long as my car will keep on driving. And then, if it won't, the other thing is that I could, like, take this car down to Miami, and then this could be a car for us to have in Miami if we got a place down there, or, whatever. But I'm going to buy a car outright. I don't want to have another car payment. I'm tired of having car payments. They're too expensive. So I'll just get something that's not, as expensive, and I'll buy it. And Tanya's husband, Eric, he goes to auctions and buys cars all the time, and he is so smart with that stuff that I'll just take him to an auction. I'll buy something that's used, that like, I really want a Jeep Wrangler. That's what I want my next car to be, a hardtop Jeep Wrangler. And so, if I save enough money for, a year or 2 or 3, that's realistic, I think. I have like 2 more years left on payments on this car. Like if I was gonna I've been paying extra every month on my car loan, and I always did that before with car loans so that I got it paid off sooner. And so now I'm at the point of getting the car paid off pretty soon, and I'm like, well, I mean, not tomorrow, but like, within the year, that might be realistic. I don't know. When I think about money that way, and I think about being safe and being smart with it, it makes me like, safety of money. I don't need to have tons of money. Like, that is not important to me. I don't need to have, luxury cars and luxury items. Like, all of that stuff is nice. Don't get me wrong. I like some of it. But I don't need it. I don't need it in the way that financial security gives me such relief, that I don't have to worry about things financially, that I don't have to be stressed out at how am I going to pay this bill and how am I going to do this and blah, 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 blah. And, I saw so many people around me when I was younger that used to live that way, and that I'm just, not willing to do that. I don't want that life. It's scary to me. It's sad. And we have so many friends of ours that live like way above their means, and I just see them stressed about money, and I feel like they talk about it a lot, and money is stressful, you know what I mean? Like, and these aren't people that should be stressed about money. These are people that should not be stressed about money. These are people that make really good money, and they'll have, almost $500,000 or more to $1 million. They don't need it. Why do you need that much of a house, And it's like, we don't have that big. We don't need that kind of, our house is like, I think our house is like 1,300, 1,400 square feet, if not less. I mean, our house is like, no, that's not true. Our house is like 1,700 square feet. It's not big, and that's including a full basement. So like, that's including the full basement, right? And, but we don't need a lot of house. We just don't. Maybe it is smaller than that. I think it might be smaller than 1,700 square feet. I don't know. We have a lot of storage space in our house. But I have friends of mine, I go to their house, and it's like, they're just a couple. They have no kids, and they have like a 7,000 square foot house. And I'm like, why do you need this much house? Like, this is ridiculous, first of all. The upkeep on it is ridiculous. And then I see other people that I know that have 2,500 square foot house and 3 kids, and they're so happy, and they don't even need any more. They don't care if they have any more space than that, I think life should be more about stability. It should be more about experiences, memories, and less about things. And things are nice. We all like things, don't get me wrong. I mean, if Alex came home tomorrow and bought me a Gucci backpack, don't think I would turn it down and be like, oh no, don't buy it for me. I mean, those are things I would enjoy having, but I also don't need it. It's like, I mean, just like when I bought those fanny packs from Miami, it's like I got more joy out of buying, a $14 and $19 fanny pack from Patagonia and Lands' End than buying some super expensive one that I don't need. I don't know, like, I've just like really learned that the last couple years. I have to ask myself what are needs and what are wants. And what are really wants? Like, what are things that I mean, are there any wants that I really feel like I need to have? You know, and Alex is really good with saving his money and then, like, buying something that he really wants. And, you know, he deserves to do that. Like, he works very, very hard and, you know, he pays his bills and he's, you know, he's financially smart with stuff. But, I don't know, it's just, you can't take it with you. It's not that important, you know? I don't want to act like a Puritan because I'm not, but I don't know. I miss my Aunt Kathy, though. Happy birthday, Aunt Kathy. It's weird to think that other than my cousin Caroline and I, that our entire side of our family, on our mom's side, is gone, you know? It's weird to think that. It's all down to Caroline and I. It's so weird. It's like when you think about family legacies, you know, and you think about, like, all the stories, and I think that's kind of why it's hard for me to go through my mom's stuff and throw stuff out, because I'm like, these things that meant so much to them, you know, in their lives, and to my grandma, and, you know, and what? I'm just going to throw it out because, like, Caroline doesn't want it, David doesn't want it, her son, you know, it's like, some of it, if I pass down to, who am I going to pass it down to? Carlitos and Sebastian, that, like, they never even knew my mom. You know, some things I would, but, like, other things, like, who'd care? Like, seriously, you know what I mean? I don't know. All this pattern china that I don't know what to do with, because it's like stuff that you can't throw in the microwave, so we can't use it daily. But it's stuff that, like, I couldn't sell it on eBay. Like, it's not going to get me any money, but it doesn't have any emotional bearing with me because we, like, really never used it except for, like, dinner parties anyway. So I don't know what to do with it other than donate it or throw it in the trash, you know? And I talked to my cousin Caroline about it. She's like, just donate all of it. She's like, just give it all away. And I'm like, okay, I mean, sure. But it's like little stuff that I have too that's like weird. Like, my mom had this, like, little bottle, this glass bottle that you put vinegar in. And I've never seen anybody else use it like that, you know, and she always would have it on the dinner party or the dinner table because it was like something that people used to do back in the day. And you would, like, add vinegar to your certain kind of food or whatever. And my mom loved vinegar, and she would put it on, like, her vegetables and stuff like that. And I know it sounds strange, but she would. We used to always, in the spring and summer, my mom would have a tub of cucumbers in the refrigerator soaked in vinegar as, like, a snack, because she always said it was a really healthy snack. But it's like, I haven't used that. I mean, seriously, I need to look at all this stuff that I've had for 10 years and been like, I don't know, maybe the art of tidying up will help me with that. But I need to look at this stuff and be like, you have not used this stuff in 10 years, throw it out. You're not going to use it. You know what I mean? Like, you are not going to use this stuff. I have a bread maker of my mom's that I've used one time, and I always say, oh, in the fall I'm going to make all kinds of breads and blah, 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 blah. I haven't made any bread. I've made bread, I think I made bread one time. A couple years ago, I got, like, all inspired for Christmas, and I was like, I'm going to make all of my mom's favorite things. I made orange bread, I made raw apple muffins, I made, and deviled eggs, and I was so excited about it, and I took a picture of them. The deviled eggs were too salty, they tasted like shit, the muffins got hard in an hour, and the bread never wasn't hard. It was hard as a rock from the time I made it. But it looked pretty in my picture, and I was happy that I did it, you know, and I was proud of myself that I tried to cook. People want to know why I don't cook. This is why, because I suck at it. And yes, I put yeast in the bread and in the muffins, so don't come for me. I knew what I was doing. I read the directions. But anyway. But, you know, I did it one time, and then I was so proud of myself, and I took all that stuff to Christmas, and nobody ate it because it was shit. And Caroline's husband, Mike, said he would make the deviled eggs from now on, because the deviled eggs were always my mom's specialty. Well, after that, I just didn't care anymore, you know? I don't know. And then I have days where I'm just like, none of this shit even matters. Like, they're just things. Just get rid of them. They're just things. Just get rid of them, right? And the thing is that whenever I clean out a drawer, whenever I clean out a cabinet and I get rid of those things that are just things, I always feel better, right? Like, I always feel better afterwards. Don't you? Like, you look at this stuff and you're like, I don't know how I'm going to throw this stuff away. And then you go through there and you throw it all away. But I always feel better. I always feel better. So I think that'll be my goal for this weekend, is starting to listen to the art of tidying up and start to get rid of some of that stuff. That's going to be my goal for the weekend. So, well, listen, you guys, I am going to get off here. I think I'm in about almost 45 minutes, something like that. And I'm going to listen to my audiobook for a half an hour, and then I am going to go to bed. So, all right. We'll have to do lots of conversations in February. I'm talking about love, since February is the month of love because of Valentine's Day. And we'll have to talk about, if you don't have love or romance in your life, what you can do on Valentine's Day that will make you just as happy. Because I think you could celebrate it and treat yourself to a nice dinner, and steak dinner or Chinese dinner or vegetarian dinner or whatever, and get some good movies, and you know what I mean? Treat yourself. So, all right, you guys, I love you, and we've had a good January, haven't we? Got one more day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.